Hi everyone, and thank you very much for joining me again on another little chat. I wanted to talk about something today that I think was a bit reflective, and it might resonate with some of you out there with respect to time and events and history and business and so on. We just recently had the 51st anniversary of the passing of James Marshall Hendrix. You might remember him as Jimmy Hendrix, arguably one of the most influential guitarists of all time. But what kind of caught my attention as I was thinking through what's happened over the last 51 years is how does that relate to business, and what kind of changes have we seen in business over that time? If we think of where we were in 1982, there was no internet. We were still conducting business transactions largely by faxes, which seem to have faded away long ago. We certainly didn't have the kinds of technology, and we weren't moving at the speed that technology is moving at today. So lots and lots of complications, while all very exciting, and a lot of things along the way that have improved the way business is done, how business is done, who's conducting business, the kind of training that's necessary, the experiences. All of that seems to contribute to an organization's well-being. And so as we think of the changes that have happened over the last 51 years, it's absolutely astounding. I was thinking about what it is like to be an executive in a Fortune 2000 company, a mid-market company, even a smaller business where we're trying to improve, whether it's enterprise, medium, or small, where we're trying to improve the business results through digital and business transformations. When we think of how executives today have to address, confront, resolve, and prioritize the different business issues that they're facing, it's really, really difficult because of the speed at which information is coming to us. One of the things that we see, and it seems to be happening more and more, is as senior managers, the VP level, SVP, the C-suite, the leadership, the board members, and so on, as they get more experienced in their careers, one of the challenges is, of course, keeping up with the ever-increasing volume of changes and the speed at which those changes are happening. And so often, as an individual gets closer towards the end of their career, if they're looking at retirement or 2 or 3 years, one of the burning questions tends to be, what kind of legacy will I leave? Will I leave for my company, for me personally? And so as we think through what that means, often what that introduces is an element of uncertainty. People have worked so hard to get to where they are in their careers, and now looking at a year, 2, 3 away from retiring, they certainly don't want to hitch their wagon to anything that has an opportunity to blow up in their face or cause their organization irreparable damage. And whether that irreparable damage is to technology, whether it's to their brand, it could be a variety of different negative impacts, all weighing very heavily on the minds of these executives. The transitions to these kinds of new technologies, whether it's migrating to the cloud, whether it's using artificial intelligence, robotics, all of these technologies basically still encounter the same resistance in organizations when they're being introduced to that workforce, to those clients, to suppliers, to contractors, and so on. And if I can just leave you with one parting thought, I think it's really important to acknowledge that while the technology has come a long way, and there's voluminous amounts of data that's available to us today, it's also possible to ensure that you've done everything possible to lower the risk, exposure, and liability of your project, of your program, of your organization, and your reputation by taking the kinds of steps that are necessary up front. And by that, what I mean is being prepared, understanding what the challenge really is, articulating that challenge to your workforce, to your stakeholders, making sure that they understand in advance of the change that they're collaborating in a project as opposed to having something done to them. Well, frankly, if you're working in technology and you have a technical solution, you have a software solution, what typically happens in the marketplace is that there may be an early first-to-market advantage, but very quickly, there are a lot of smart people around the world. Very quickly, what happens is that leading market share can become eroded, challenged, or even compromised because of, in some cases, it's the ability of a new company to create a variation of that leading-edge software. In other cases, they may not have necessarily created the software, but they've got a fabulous marketing department. The reason for this topic is essentially all of this creates confusion. And in the midst of confusion, what an organization needs, what business leaders need, is a calm voice of experience to look over their shoulder and help them understand where the accelerators are, whether the inhibitors are, and to do that all in advance of actually engaging in the transformation itself. So we have a variety of ways we approach that. We do everything possible to minimize risk, to codify it, to understand it, to put strategic things in place so that it does not become an issue, not only now, but today, tomorrow, next year. So if this is the kind of thing that interests you, if you're feeling a little bit uneasy about the organization's business or digital transformation you're contemplating, give us a call. Let's have a chat. We've got proven methodology, proven case studies where we can share with you how we've encountered a lot of resistance, whether it's passive, whether it's aggressive, whether it's dynamics in the marketplace, whether it's legislation. There are a variety of things that cause these kinds of issues to rise up. So if you'd like to have a discussion and find out how we can assist you in migrating through that transition, please feel free to give us a call. You can reach us at 1-800-627-4151. You can also email us at info@ainc.cloud. And feel free to visit our website. Reach out to us. We've got some chatbots and avatars on our site. You can certainly leave a message if you've got an inquiry. Would love to follow up with you. But just wanted to leave you with that thought today. While there's been tremendous progress made in technology and business, there are also pitfalls that come with it. And in these days where things are moving so fast, it becomes incumbent upon the professionals leading the organization to understand what those risks are, to address them, and to mitigate them. We're here to help. Give us a call. Look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.